Today, we're going to be burying this gutter downspout so that it discharges away from this customer's house. The problem is, as you can see, some concrete is in the way. So today, we get to bust out the concrete saw. This was actually a really simple and quick cut, although it was pretty dusty. Buried downspouts are actually one of our most common services, and that's because they definitely improve the look of your home, but they also fix a lot of problems that are caused by water near your foundation. Now this little slab that we cut wasn't able to just be picked up, so you can see Greg's taking a couple whacks at it. Something that surprised us as we were removing this concrete is you can see whoever poured this concrete didn't put any concrete base down. A lack of a gravel base whenever you pour concrete can usually lead to settling. So whenever we get our pipe laid here and get our downspout hooked up, we will definitely be using gravel to backfill this so that the concrete can be poured correctly. Once the concrete is cut and removed, the next step is to remove the dirt. And then after that, it's as simple as pushing the pipe through and installing the connection. The pipe we're using in this case is dual wall HDPE, and that stands for high density polyethylene. The inside of this pipe is actually smooth, even though the outside is corrugated. This allows water to flow very quickly. There's 3 pieces of this connection. The first is the 90-degree elbow. The second is what we call the riser, which is simply a piece of pipe that connects the elbow to the third piece, which is the downspout adapter. For any connection that's underground, we always use this 4-inch pipe tape to secure our connections. In this situation, we're only taping one side of the 90-degree elbow, and that's because we don't want tape showing after the concrete has been poured. This leaves a nice flush look. As requested by the customer, this pipe is discharged to daylight immediately on the other side of the fence. We cut a 45-degree angle with a sawzall, and then we backfill the rest of the trench. The client kind of plans to hide this discharge area with plants, which is definitely doable. Look at that, a beautiful buried downspout, and it's going to serve its purpose perfectly. We've backfilled this section with gravel all the way up to concrete height so that the customer can still use their sidewalk and not have to worry about tripping until the concrete is repoured. We also buried this downspout over here, and it required a little bit of a taller riser. At this point in the video, I want to let you know that creating videos like these isn't our main job. We specialize in drainage solutions. This content takes time to create, and if you enjoy it, you can support us by clicking the like button, leaving a comment below, and subscribing so that you can see our future videos. Your actions help our real business and let us keep sharing our work with you. I want to show you the other side of the client's house, which has some problematic areas. You can see on the side of the wall there is a downspout, which we are going to bury, as well as 2 catch basins that we're installing and are going to be connected to the same system. There's also another downspout over here that we'll bury and add to the system. We've precisely placed these catch basins half an inch lower than the concrete next to them. This will catch any water runoff and then move the water towards the discharge area, which you can see will be under this fence. On the other side of this fence, we're installing a huge 20-inch circle catch basin to collect any groundwater in the area. A couple of hours later, and we've got these downspouts buried as well as the catch basins installed, and most of the area is backfilled. We do this professionally, and we've done it professionally for years, so we know all the tricks in the book. In fact, I'll share one with you. Whenever you go to cut the cutouts out of your catch basins, we actually use a torch to warm up the plastic, because right now it's actually the middle of November in Missouri, so this plastic is hard and cold, which technically makes it dangerous to cut. So adding heat makes it quicker and safer. You might be wondering why one side of the catch basin is black pipe and the other side is yellow pipe. And that's because yellow pipe is a lot more flexible, and catch basins are designed for 90-degree connections. The yellow pipe allows us to make a connection that's a couple extra degrees in either direction. We've also got 4-inch pipe coming into this catch basin, and then because it's so large, we've got a 6-inch pipe leaving it. Remember, it's always important to drill a hole at the bottom of your basins and for them to be level. The next step here is to connect this 6-inch pipe to the 6-inch discharge pipe, which Greg does a fantastic job here. And then we need to tape the connection. And this is something that's really important. This is not an easy thing to do inside of this trench and would be really easy to skip. At High Flow Drainage Solutions, we pride ourselves with doing the job right the first time. The next step after the pipe is connected and in the ground is to backfill. We can use the weight and the tracks of our excavator to compact the soil down as much as possible so that settling is reduced. I'm going to show you the discharge area of this 6-inch dual wall pipe. You can see we've also cut it at a 45-degree angle, which makes it look a little nicer in the yard. And due to the size of this pipe, our clients will have no problem no matter how much rainfall they get. Back up near the house, the client requested that we installed decorative stone near these yard drains, and so that's what we're doing. There's this fabric here which prevents weeds from growing, which we stake down so that it doesn't move. The next step is simply to put the decorative stones where they go. Another thing that I wanted to mention in this video is that this client requested something a little extra. You can see this turf here. There were some low spots where water had washed out the dirt underneath. We lifted that turf up, placed back some dirt, and created a nice level area. The last part of this project was the front yard patio. Now there's not a patio here currently, and you can see based on the boards next to the house, there used to be actually a deck here. However, the client is going to be installing a concrete patio. So this pipe coming out of the wall actually isn't in use, we're just going to ignore it. But there's two other pipes over here, which are the primary sump pump and the secondary sump pump discharge area. You can see from our painted lines on the ground, there's also a sneaky buried downspout we're going to be adding to this system. These two sump pump discharge line and the buried downspout line will lead into a 24-inch yard drain. Again, you can see from the markings on the ground that this yard drain will discharge under the fence, across a spot in the driveway which has already been cut, and then down towards the side of the house at a pretty steep angle. Because we couldn't get the excavator into this area had to be hand dug. One of the challenges we had with this project is tree roots. The one Tyler's currently chopping at now is nothing compared to the tree root that was on the other side of this fence. Something we always install with sump pump discharge lines is a freeze protection overflow. If our main discharge line ever freezes or for some reason is blocked, the sump pump lines need a way to discharge, and so that's what that is for. Here we've installed our plumbing, we've installed the 24-inch circular yard drain, backfilled the driveway trench with gravel, and also seeded and strawed the area. This is what we do for our living. We are experts in this. We've been doing it for years. And if you're in the Kansas City area and needing some drainage work done, whether that's a French drain, or you want to bury your downspouts, or you're considering a retaining wall, check out our website or give us a call, and we'd love to come out and give you a free consultation. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if there's anything specifically you want to see in future videos, drop a comment below.